Welcome to another episode of The Evolution, the transformative podcast, your go-to podcast for unlocking the limitless power of your energy and mindset. I'm Jevon, also known as Mr. Raise the Vibes, your personal growth coach dedicated to transforming the way you think, feel, and experience life. If you haven't already, it would mean the world to me if you would please subscribe to this channel and follow us on Instagram at @raisethevibes_. So, we're going to dive right into this today. Our first segment is the vibe check. If you're unfamiliar with a vibe check, that is a check-in that I like to do with people in my inner circle and folks that I work with. Just a check-in to see where they are, see how they're feeling physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. If you've never done this before, I encourage you to do so. It will allow you to deepen the relationships you have with people. You will get to know them on such a much more personal, intimate level. It's so easy to casually, hey, how are you today? Oh, I'm good. And you? I'm good. And then keep it going. But when you really take the time to ask somebody about themselves, how are you doing physically? How are you doing emotionally? How are you doing mentally? It adds another layer to your relationship, and it gives them the space and the opportunity to really vent to you and let them know that you actually do care for them and that you are listening. So vibe check for me today, physically feeling almighty and powerful. Went to the gym this morning. It was a shoulder day, and your boy was moving some weight around. Shoulders are tough. Shoulders are really, really tough for me. I personally don't think I have full round shoulders. I think that's one of my areas of my body where I struggle is developing my shoulders. So I hit my shoulders today, got a nice pump, and it felt phenomenal. So physically, I'm doing all right. Monday, tweaked my back again. I don't know what it is the past couple weeks, hitting legs when I'm squatting. I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to start using the belt, but weight was moving on Monday too. The weight was moving. Everything was moving. But unfortunately, I just felt something that just did not feel right. So I had to take it easy. But yeah, today was a shoulder day, so I'm feeling extremely powerful. I'm feeling good. Emotionally, I am there. This week, it's been a roller coaster emotionally for me, just experiencing everything, highs and lows. It's the holiday season, so you know what comes with that. I know a lot of people suffer with seasonal depression because this might be their first holiday with someone, might be their first holiday without someone, whether your loved ones are incarcerated, deceased, you've had a split, you're away from your kids, or your loved ones have been deployed. Whatever the reason is, I know there's a lot of people out there currently experiencing maybe some lows this season. So for me, holidays are it's a touchy time for me. So I've been experiencing everything in between on the spectrum. But overall, I'm present. Emotionally, I'm present, and I'm intentionally feeling everything that life has to offer, that life is throwing at me. But right in this current moment, I am very calm and at peace. I am grounded, very grounded right now. And mentally focused. I started reading Arnold Schwarzenegger's book, Be Useful, and that book has just really flipped the switch in my mind. It's really unlocking another portion of it that I feel like I haven't tapped into in a little bit. Just listening and hearing about this man's journey, everything that he's overcome, and just the mindset that he had to develop himself, not just physically as Mr. Olympia, but also as a governor, as an actor. It is so impressive how much he was overcome and the mindset that he had to adopt in order to be able to accomplish a lot of the things that he has. So my mindset right now is on go. I'm locked and loaded. I'm ready to go. I'm feeling ambitious. I'm feeling adventurous. I'm feeling as if the world is mine to conquer. So mentally, I'm in a great space. And I think that is a perfect segue into what our topic is today, which is, drumroll please, personal growth. Raise the vibe. Again, we're all about personal development and helping individuals transform and evolve for that next transition of their life. And there's a lot of things that go into that. And the biggest thing that we like to talk about is your personal growth. So what is personal growth? Well, personal growth is the ongoing process of improving yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. It involves developing self-awareness, building skills, and fostering habits that align with your values and your goals. Personal growth helps you unlock your potential, adapt to life's changes, and evolve into the best version of yourself. When you think about personal growth, that is really at the forefront of all personal development. Anyone that has accomplished anything worth mentioning, whether they were super successful in business or they were a phenomenal athlete or they were one of the world-renowned entrepreneur, whatever the industry is that they were successful in, they developed themselves personally, and they had to grow by focusing not just physically but also emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And with that, there are a couple key aspects to personal growth that I think everyone should be aware of. And the first one is self-awareness, ironically, which is understanding your thoughts, emotions, your strengths, weaknesses, and patterns of behavior. Now, a lot of people would like to say that they are self-aware, but when it really comes down to it, are you able to identify how you are feeling and what caused you to feel that? Are you able to identify your strengths? Are you able to identify your weaknesses and where they come from? What gave you this strength? Why are you weak in these certain areas? And also your patterns of behavior. What is the antecedent to the behavior that you're displaying? What provoked you? What causes you? What are your triggers? Being self-aware to this level will help you understand who you are and what you react to, because so often we are triggered by so many different stimuluses, and we're constantly living in this reactive space of life where anything can happen and anything can trigger us, and you may feel that you're not in control of your life because these things happen, and boom, in the snap of a finger, you're acting out of character, or you're behaving in a way that you don't feel represents you correctly, or you might just be a crash out and you don't even know why you crashing out. So when you are self-aware and you start to develop that and really explore the depths of your inner self, you will begin to start to recognize your emotions, where they come from. You'll start to recognize where your strengths are. You'll start to recognize your weaknesses, and you'll start to recognize your patterns of behavior. And overall, once you're able to do that, you will ultimately be able to address that now that you are aware of it. So self-awareness is a big aspect of your personal growth. Another aspect that we have to touch on is your mindset development, which is cultivating a growth mindset. Personal development is intentionally developing your mind, and that's believing the abilities and the intelligence that can be developed through intentional effort and learning. It doesn't happen by coincidence. Nothing in life happens by coincidence. There is no outcome in life that just happens. It all is cultivated, even your mindset. Everything that you think, the way you process information, has all been cultivated throughout your life based on your circumstances and your experience and things you were exposed to, and even things that you weren't exposed to. All of that has impacted your mindset, and then intentionally developing your mindset to serve you in this season of your life. So it could be a variety of different mindsets that you could adopt at this certain phase of your life, whether it is you are going into a new career, or you are entering a new relationship, or you are taking on a new position, or you are taking on new responsibilities. Whatever that case may be, knowing what it is that you need to familiarize yourself with and what you need to evolve into to be successful for that next chapter of your life, and developing your mindset in order to be able to accommodate you for that transition is super important. One of the things that we need to do is challenge those limiting beliefs that we naturally have about ourselves in these new spaces, right? Because when you enter a new space or you're doing something for the very first time, it can be uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable because you've never done it before. You've never experienced it before. So naturally, you're going to feel as if it's something that you're not capable of being good at, that you're not capable of overcoming this obstacle. And then you're naturally going to have these limiting beliefs about yourself and talk negative to yourself, right? That is counterproductive. When you develop your mindset, you understand that isn't going to help you accomplish anything. That's not going to help you grow. And you need to be intentional in shifting that mindset from limiting beliefs to ultimate belief in yourself, and that you can overcome this, that you can learn this, that you can accomplish good things in this next season of your life. Another aspect of personal growth is emotional intelligence. Now, raise your hand if you struggled with emotional intelligence. I'm guilty. I know you're guilty. We're all guilty of it. It's not something that we're inherently born with. That is something that requires you to manage your emotions intentionally, right? And that just comes with practice. It comes with repetition. Anything that you become good at, you have to practice at it. You get better with practice. You get better with repetition. And managing your emotions is one of those things that you also get better with. Building strong relationships through communicating and understanding people. Again, you also need to communicate with yourself and understand yourself, because if you don't understand yourself, how will you ever be able to understand somebody else? You are in your own mind. And if you can't understand what's going on in your own mind, how are you ever going to be able to communicate to somebody else what's going on in your mind? So emotional intelligence starts with understanding yourself and being at one with yourself and building that strong relationship with yourself and communicating with yourself, right? We notice a trend here. A lot of this starts with self. Once you're able to manage yourself and manage your emotions, then you can start to begin to even entertain the idea of managing those relationships with other people, building those strong relationships with other people, communicating effectively with other people. All of that starts within. All of that starts with, again, building that strong relationship and just communicating with yourself and being super aware of, again, how you're feeling, why you're feeling that way, your strengths, your weaknesses. Again, it also comes back to being self-aware, which again is an aspect of personal growth. Another key aspect, there's a couple, the list can go on and on, right? You got to talk about skills building, habit formation, resilience and adaptability, goal setting. All of these are essential for you to successfully target personal growth for yourself. And without these key aspects, it's going to be very difficult for you to really pursue this intentionally. It's going to be difficult for you to grow personally, because again, you need to equip yourself with certain tools to be successful for this journey, right? Think about, you're going on a road trip, you're going hiking, right? You're not just gonna say one day, all right, I'm gonna go hiking and just head out the door and just go on this journey. Some people might do that, but understand that hike is not going to be enjoyable. You have no map, you have no sense of direction, you have no water, you don't have on the right shoes, you don't have on the right clothes, you don't even have the right person with you. Maybe you're not even an experienced hiker and you're ready to go take on this journey by yourself. Probably not the smartest idea. So a better idea would be to, or actually plan out this hike. Think about what time of the day you want to go there, all the equipment that you need, and think about what you have and think about what you need to go to the store and get, right? See where I'm going with this? Think about who's coming on this journey with you, and can they carry their own weight for this journey? Are they even strong enough to go on this journey with you if you get weak, that they can carry you? You got to think about these things, right? So it takes a lot of planning to go on this hike, but again, you need to plan it out and you need to make sure that you have everything and equip yourself with everything that you need to be successful on this hike. The same thing with your personal growth journey. You need to make sure that you have everything that you need to be successful on this journey. Now, why is personal growth important? Not just because I say so, but there are actually a lot of other reasons other than just because that's what I'm promoting. It enhances your quality of life. It leads to deeper sense of purpose, happiness, and satisfaction. Because let's be honest, there are a lot of us, and myself included, I've been there, where we feel as if we have no direction, as if we have no idea what our purpose is in life, that we're just going through the motions day by day. We're not happy, we're not sad, we're just here existing, we're just living. And that is a terrible, terrible space to be in. And I know that's something that a lot of people struggle with because, again, life continues to happen and these days are going by, and it's like, where's our progress? Where is our purpose? Where's our satisfaction? Where do we feel that from? All right. So when you do intentionally focus on your personal growth, it will significantly enhance the quality of your life, because you will start to discover your purpose. You will start to discover what happiness means to you. You will start to feel a sense of satisfaction in life again that can easily be missing when you have no sense of direction. Personal growth also increases your confidence. Overcoming challenges and achieving goals builds your self-esteem. When you do difficult things, you feel better about yourself. That's why I love going to the gym and lifting weights, because again, it's not easy to get up at 4 a.m. and then go to the gym and squat 500 pounds. That's not easy, but when I do it, and I do that first thing in the morning, I've already have overcome challenges. It's hard enough getting up that early. Now I'm actually in the gym moving around some difficult weight. I feel really good about myself. I go out the rest of my day feeling like I'm the man. I really feel like I did something because I challenged myself that early in the morning. I didn't get up because I had to go to work. I got up because I wanted to go challenge myself. And knowing that I was able to be disciplined enough to get up that early and then go to the gym and then do something physically demanding and that was difficult and challenging for me, I feel great about myself. And it allows me to go throughout the day with that confidence, knowing that I did something today. Personal growth also improves your relationships. It allows you to foster empathy, communication, and understanding with others. When you grow as a person, not just physically, right, but also emotionally and spiritually and mentally, you start to realize that life is so much bigger than just you. You start to realize that the world isn't just your playground, right? You start to realize that there's other people experiencing life alongside of you that have a completely different experience than you, and knowing that how you live your life is impacting them, but also realizing how they impact their life, how they live their life impacts you. So being aware of what's going on in this world and how many people are impacted by you and how many people are impacting you really helps you choose who you want in your life. And that's how developing yourself personally and growing can help you improve those relationships. Personal growth also promotes resilience, prepares you to navigate life's uncertainties with courage and flexibility. Because let's be real, the unknown is constantly going to happen in life. Every day isn't predictable. You're going to get hit with new twists and turns. There's going to be things that come up that you're not going to be prepared for. But when you're focused on your personal growth, you begin to develop the skills that you need in order to navigate the complexities of life, things that life are going to throw at you that you're not prepared for. When you're focused on personal growth, you're constantly adapting and you're constantly picking up new skills and new trades and new tricks that will help you go along on this journey and ultimately reach your destination. Because again, you are focused on growth, and when you're constantly growing, you're constantly being challenged in life, and you get comfortable overcoming challenges. You get comfortable dealing with adversity. You get comfortable overcoming obstacles because, again, your life is focused around personal growth. And lastly, personal growth enables continuous evolution. See what we did there? It encourages you to keep learning, adapting, and striving for better. And I've been saying this since our first episode. Life is all about evolutions. It's what we constantly go through. We're going to experience evolution all throughout our life. Never even told you guys about the butterfly story. Our logo is a butterfly, and that is extremely symbolic for us because a butterfly's life is all about evolution, right? They start off as a caterpillar, and they eat themselves, and then actually they get nice and fluffy, getting ready for their big evolution, right? Then they build their chrysalis around them, and then they sit around and hang out in there for a little bit before they evolve into this beautiful butterfly. And the reason I tell that story is because you got to disappear for a little bit, right? No one sees the caterpillar during that transitional stage when it becomes a butterfly. You got to disappear for a little bit, do the internal work, do the self-work, and then when you appear, you show better than you ever were. That's why the butterfly is so significant to us, because it is a representation of what we go through in life, right? We start off as what we are, but again, in order for us to evolve into that next better version of us, we got to disappear and go through some things, right? Because if you try to cut a caterpillar out of its chrysalis, its wings will never develop the strength it needs for it to be successful. So you can't take shortcuts. You can't take the handouts. You can't always accept the help. You need to do the work yourself and go through those tough times. And again, once you overcome them, you'll be better on the other side of it, and you will evolve as a beautiful butterfly. Personal growth is not about perfection, but progress. It's a lifelong journey where every step forward brings you closer to realizing your potential and living a fulfilling life. Now, when it comes to what self-improvement is, we're constantly on that journey. Self-improvement, personal development, personal growth. These are all concepts that we need to adopt and practice in our everyday life if we want to become the better version of ourselves, if we want to transform and evolve like we need to in order to be successful in this next phase of our life. And a lot of people like to talk about what is self-improvement, but what I want to do is talk to you a little bit about what isn't self-improvement. So self-improvement is a powerful and personal journey, but it's often misunderstood, right? There are some common misconceptions about what self-improvement is, and one of them is people say self-improvement is about fixing what's wrong with you. Right. First of all, there's nothing wrong with you, and there doesn't have to be something wrong with you in order for you to prioritize self-improvement. You don't have to label yourself as broken or inadequate. It's about growth. It's about learning and becoming the best version of yourself. Saying that there's something wrong with you is saying that you're flawed when you're not flawed. You just are at this place in life right now. All right, you are already whole. Self-improvement just simply helps you evolve into the version you need to be to reach your potential. Another thing about self-improvement is people like to say that you have to be motivated all the time, right? Motivation fluctuates, right? There's going to be some days you're going to be motivated. Some days you're not going to be motivated. That is normal. Sustainable growth often comes from discipline and consistency, not fleeting motivation. Practice after practice after practice, and being disciplined about when you're practicing and being intentional about practicing. That's how you build habits that align with your goals that will carry you forward, even on your low energy days, because again, you're getting the habit of being consistent. You're in the habit of being disciplined. So naturally, you're going to continue on that path rather than having to rely on motivation, because motivation isn't always going to be able to get the job done for you. Change happens quickly. That is the furthest thing from the truth. Nothing worth having comes easy, especially any major change, right? Self-improvement is a gradual process that requires patience and perseverance, right? A very, very, very famous leader that I like to consume their content, John Maxwell. Chop wood, carry water, right? Those consistent actions lead to the biggest transformations over time. Little by little, if you whack that tree with that axe 5 times every day, eventually that tree is going to fall, right? It just depends how big that tree is, how strong that axe is. But if you're consistently whacking that tree 5 times every day, eventually it's going to fall. Might not happen quick. There's big misconception that nothing happens overnight. It could take a month, it could take a year, it could take 5 years. But if you're consistently taking those actions towards accomplishing that goal, you're going to eventually get some progress and you'll accomplish it. Another very big misconception is success means never failing. If you're never failing, you're not trying. Failure is a natural part of growth. It provides valuable lessons and opportunities to course correct. Because look at it like this. Every failed attempt is one step closer to success. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. If you're not leaving your comfort zone, you're not going to grow, right? I had a coach in high school that used to say, no pressure, no diamond. And you need to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You're going to have to experience it. It's the only way you're going to grow. It's only the way you're going to develop. Again, when you're working out, your muscles are under tension. It's under pressure. It is difficult. That's when you know you're working. You know you're doing something right when it's hard, because if it's not hard, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. The journey is not easy. It's not about not failing. It's about failing when you try and then getting back up and trying again and then failing and getting back up and trying again. Success is not never failing. Success is trying regardless of if you're failing. So there's a lot of common misconceptions about self-improvement. But before we end this, I want to leave you with 3 steps that you can take to start your growth journey. And they start with awareness, intention, and action. Starting your personal growth journey can be overwhelming. And what we'd like to offer you is a simple way that you can break it down into 3 steps: awareness, intention, and action, making it approachable and effective. So, awareness, knowing yourself. Awareness is the foundation of personal growth. You can't change what you're not aware of, so start by understanding yourself deeply. How can you practice awareness? You can spend some time journaling on your thoughts and feelings and behaviors, right? That's called self-reflecting. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your habits, right? Thinking about all of this will help you become more aware. You can start to identify patterns, noticing recurring emotions, the triggers, obstacles that you're facing. What is going on, and when do you start to recognize that you start to behave in this manner, or you start to feel this certain way? And asking questions. What's working in life? What's not working? What do you truly want? What do you want to change? What do you want to improve upon? What do you want to avoid? Asking yourself these questions will provide you with valuable insight that will help you become more aware of yourself. I'm going to leave you with this activity. Take a few minutes each day to write about one thing you've learned about yourself, right? You can do that every night before you go to bed. You can do that in the morning and write about what you learned about yourself the day before, or you can do it in the middle of the day on your lunch break. But being intentional and actually practicing this will help you see the bigger picture. Intention is defining your goals and purpose. Once you're aware of where you are, set clear intentions for where you want to go. This step gives you direction to your growth journey. Now, how you can set intentions is clarify your values. What really matters to you? Align your intentions with your core values, right? What is it that you believe? What is it that you will stand on, that you carry with that? What are your non-negotiable, right? Those are some of your values that you need to know about yourself. Set specific goals. Make your goals clear and actionable. So, for example, instead of I want to be healthier, you can say that I'm going to exercise times this week, or I'm going to eat greens with all of my meals. Again, these are specific goals that you can accomplish. Or it's not that I want to get up early. I want to get up at 7 a.m. Or I don't want to go to bed early. I want to go to bed at 8 p.m. Whatever that is, you need to set those specific goals, and that will help you with your intention. Visualize your future. Imagine the person you want to become. What does your ideal life look like? Write it down. Really sit and think about it. Take a minute to yourself in silence, whether that's in the morning, at the end of the day, and really visualize what your ideal life looks like. That's going to help you define what that is so that you can intentionally pursue it from there. And an activity that you can do to work on your intentions is to write down one goal for your personal growth this month, right? And then break that down into smaller, manageable steps that are obtainable for you, that you can commit to, right? So let's say I want to lose 5 pounds this month. Well, that's 1.25 pounds a week. Now, knowing that, that's going to require you to go to the gym. That's going to require you to adjust your diet. And that's going to require you to be mindful of your macros and micros count. So again, these are obtainable goals, but write it down and then work backwards and see and identify what are the steps that you need to take in order to achieve that goal. Now, the third step that you could take is action. Take small, consistent steps. Growth happens when you move from planning to doing. Action transforms awareness and intention into tangible results. You can take some action. You start small. Anything, whether that is, how do you take action? By starting small. You begin with small, achievable steps to build momentum. Momentum is huge because, again, chopping wood, one stroke at a time. 5 strokes a day. Eventually, you're going to get it done, but you got to start small. Building habits. Create daily or weekly routines that support your goals, such as meditating, journaling, exercising, meal prepping, going to church, doing a book club, trying a prayer group, meeting up with your friends, whatever that is. Creating these habits that you do, whether daily or weekly, will help you take action, because that's what it's all about, taking those actions and staying accountable. Track your progress and celebrate small wins along the way. Share your goals with someone who can support you, whether that's your best friend, a significant other, a parent, a colleague, partner, whatever. Having somebody going along the journey with you can also remind you of the progress that you've made, but then also making sure that you are keeping up and doing what you say. Flexible, learn and adjust. If something doesn't work, don't be afraid to revise your plan. Growth is about flexibility, not perfection. Again, you're going to fail. You just have to get back up and try again. Because if you know something doesn't work, why keep doing it, right? Try to pivot, figure out another way to attack it, and then give it a try. And if you're successful, great. If not, got to get back up and try again. An activity you can do is choose a small action to take today that aligns with your goals, whether it's sending that email, attending a class, starting a gratitude journal, signing up for the gym, going grocery shopping and buying some healthier food, whatever it is. Take one action today that aligns with your goals. So by following these 3 steps, you create a sustainable path towards personal growth. Awareness brings clarity, intention sets direction, and action creates change. Start small, stay consistent, and watch yourself evolve. As I wrap it up, if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos. Let's keep it going and build on from this. When you have a moment, head over to our website, www.raisethevibesllc.com, and join our community. Right now, you can join as a gold member, and it is 100% free to join. No strings, just good vibes and powerful connections. So after you finish this episode, jump in, share with your friend, family, coworker. Let's grow this community and help as many people as we can tap into their full potential. Together, we'll raise the vibes and help everyone evolve into the best version of yourself. And I will see you guys on the next video.